All right, we're going to turn a fresh piece of pear wood today. So you might have seen on social media, we went and picked this up last week. So just cut down last week. We picked it up about an hour after it hit the ground. So it is soaking wet. So we're going to get the corners knocked off. This is kind of a long process, so we sped this up a little bit to get it true. But it is soaking wet. It left a ring around the lathe and the cabinet there, the wall, up on the lights. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Turning green wood's nice. It's just a giant mess, but it was fun. Harper loved it. After I got it cleaned up into a pile, she went over and sniffed it and then started playing in it, making a bigger mess, but she had fun. So got it mostly trued up here, and we'll just kind of work on that a little bit more before we start shaping it, and that way I can bump the lathe speed up a little bit. Being out here in the new shop on the concrete, it runs so much smoother than the old shop on the wood. This was about a 16-inch piece of green wood that was uneven, and the lathe didn't rock at all. It was really nice. So I'm going to put this in the microwave when we're done, after we get it shaped and clean, and then the inside cleaned out too. So almost have it trued up here, and then we can bump the speed up and start shaping it. So the whole microwave process, I did this years ago, probably 11 years ago, on a walnut bowl. And so I just put it in there for, I can't even remember back then. I'm going to just say 30, 40 seconds, stopped it, and let it cool off. And it ended up only having one little crack in the bottom of it, and it was banana bowl, and left the bark on, and I still have the bowl, and it hasn't cracked anymore. Help support the companies that support our community. So now that we have it true, we can just start to shape it and get it in the microwave too. So on this one, Mike came down a week ago, and we were talking about it. And Robin found a microwave. It was almost brand new on Marketplace. It was cheap, so she bought it. We put it out here in the shop because it smells pretty bad. So I remember doing that walnut bowl, and I did it in the house, and it was not good. So got a little one out here in the shop, and we just did it. When I was cleaning up all the shavings off of everything, every flat surface in here had shavings all over it, I would put it in for 30 seconds, let it cool completely off, and just go back and forth. And I had a scale, and you just weigh it until it stops losing weight. And you'll see when I sand it here towards the end too, it warped a little bit, but not bad. It didn't get any new cracks in it. There are 2 cracks that are in the bowl that were in there before I even started turning. So when I start shaping it here too, I leave about 2 inches off the top of it because the cracks are pretty bad up there. They do come down into the finished piece a little bit, but we're going to fill those in with some tinted CA glue. But yeah, it was pretty cracked up towards the top, so I just took that material off. Yeah, it's especially fruit wood, hardwoods like this. They start cracking almost immediately. So it's you need to get this stuff processed as fast as possible. Whether you're painting armor seal or painting the ends of them, you need to get the heart cut out of that wood as fast as possible. Mike brought me down when he was here, he brought me down a big pot so that I could boil them, and he's had a lot of good luck with that. So I'm going to work on getting the rest of it processed. I got about half of it done over the weekend, so I'm working on the rest of it. So you can see the top of it there. It's about 2 inches that I'm going to take off once we flip it around here. So we'll get the drive center out, switch the jaws on the Easy Wood chuck, and put the large ones in, and then we'll start working on getting the center hollowed out. That is some of the water on the lights just above the lathe. Yeah, it was a whole little circle around the shop. So this process here too just takes some time. I sped up the video on this too. It just not real interesting, but we'll get it all cleaned out. I think the key really to drying, anything and with success is keeping the wall thickness the same on no matter what it is. Just if you got a part that's a lot thicker than the rest of it, that is gonna dry differently than the thin parts. So you want to try and keep it even. So get this all cleaned out of the side. And as I'm doing it, I just keep checking the wall thickness to make sure it's as even as I can get it. Yeah, and especially like as far as processing woods like this, any really hardwood, fruit wood, cherry, I mean, you cut it down and it's literally, an hour or two and it starts to split in the middle. I've been out getting apple wood before and got all of it all cut up, and as I go to load it in the truck, it's already starting to split. So the sooner you can get that hard out, it will slow down the process a little bit, and then that way you can work on getting it sealed up or boiled or whatever you would like to do. We'll get this all cleaned out in the center, and then we're going to take the foot off. So I want the thickness all the way around. So I would like to leave it on, that way it would be easier to sand the inside, but as far as drying it in the microwave, I want to get that off of there so it's all even. So I'll just switch the jaws real quick. And you can see all the shavings on the cabinet back there. They're everywhere. So I just put a little waste block in there, put some of the non-skid little pads on it, and then we'll just get it back in between centers here and get that foot taken off. And the lathe bed is soaking wet, so nothing's running. It's not sliding smoothly. And that's another thing too. If you have a lathe with a steel bed, make sure you get all the water off of it so it doesn't rust when you're done turning. Mine is stainless steel, but I still clean it off and shoot it with WD-40 just to kind of clean everything up. But if yours is steel, make sure you get it cleaned up because it will rust fast. And get the foot taken off here, and that way the bottom thickness is the same as the walls. And then I'm just gonna cut that little nub off here real quick, and then we'll start the whole microwaving process. So what I did with this is I did 30-second bursts on it. So I'll put it in for 30 seconds, let it cool off, back in there for 30 seconds until the weight was the same. And then I did this several times. I'm going to say 20, maybe more, while I was just cleaning up the shop out here. I think it was 9:30, 10 at night by the time I was done with it. So once it's dry, you put it back on there. You can see that little crack on it. There's one on each side. So we're going to fill those in with the CA. So, and you can see it does have a little wobble to it, but it's not that bad. So I ran through one grit first, just through 120 to get it all kind of cleaned up a little bit, and then I did the CA. So I tinted it a little bit with brown, and then used the glue boost, mixed that in there, and filled in those cracks. I can't find my pliers to get the lid off. So this stuff works nice. We picked brown thinking it would kind of show up, but the cracks are so small, it looks like black. It really didn't matter that we picked brown. I think any dark color would have looked black. If it was larger, I'm sure you'd be able to tell. And then on the one side, the crack's a little bigger, so I kind of fill that in, and then the other ones are pretty small. But I use the popsicle stick and just kind of push it down in there so that because I do need to finish running through all the grits and sanding, so I want it down in that crack. So just kind of work it down in there. And then on the other side, there's two small cracks. They aren't very big, so I kind of flex the bowl a little bit too to try and open them up a little bit so I can get some of the CA down inside of it. And just hit it with some accelerator, and I go back over it and fill in the top of it there too, because it kind of looks like a little chip and I want it to be smooth. Then I ran through all of the grits, just sanded off the CA, ran through all the grits up to 600 on the inside and outside. And then we can get some walnut oil put on it. So this is Doctor's walnut oil. We'll just get it all soaked down. This stuff really brings out the color in the wood. It's nice. Just a nice finish for it, especially, like a bowl where it doesn't need to be glossy. It just really brings out the color in the wood. And so get the outside and inside all coated. All right, there it is. It's about 10.5 inches across and about 4 inches tall. So there's that big crack in there that we filled in with the epoxy. Yeah, the microwave seems to work pretty well. There was, a little bit of warping, but not too much. It was, and it dries it out quick. It was done in, a couple hours. I think it had it all completely dry, but it's a super fun project. Yeah, the pear wood is beautiful, fun to turn. Love turning green wood too. It was total mess in here. There was stripes up the walls and everything. I did mention that walnut bowl that I had turned, oh man, probably 10, 11 years ago, and I ran in the house and grabbed it. There it is. So it's a banana bowl style, and it did have that one little crack that I showed on the video right after I had done it. Had a crack right in the center there, just a little teeny one, and that's all that. It's literally been sitting on the shelf for 11 years, and that's the only crack that came out of it. But yeah, it was, and it's mostly sapwood, it was just a limb, just two little heartwood spots. The bark hasn't come off, and I did this basically the same process, just dried it in the microwave, so it worked really cool. Yeah. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Congratulations, Terry won the EasyWood tool last week. We will put another one up coming up soon. I still cleaning everything out, but I still have a lot of stuff to give away. So stay tuned. All right, have a good weekend. Take care.